Allez, bonjour. Donc aujourd'hui, c'est la
To
suite
catch a
de
real
Chaîne
killer, Jenny
LeClue.
needed her detective gear, but that was at home, across town and swarming with police. It wasn't wise to travel through town after curfew. To avoid being caught, she'd have to find another way home. Excellent, thought Jenny. Time to exercise my sneaking muscles.
Alors pour résumer vite fait le jeu, donc on contrôle un personnage de fiction qui s'appelle Jenny LeClue, dont l'auteur est, on va dire, mis à pression parce que ses livres ne se vendent plus bien. Et donc là, dans sa dernière aventure, Jenny LeClue voit le doyen de l'université mort à la bibliothèque et sa mère est accusée, elle est actuellement en zonzon. Voilà, et on va essayer de faire libérer maman de la zonzon. Oula.
Jenny paused at the edge of the roof, her teeth chattering in the chill wind. Below her, Lake Nowhere glowed eerily in the darkness. From this vantage point, she could see all the way to the lighthouse at the center of the lake. Only the wealthiest families in Arthurton could afford such spectacular views.
If I cross the lake, it's just a short stroll through the Forgotten Forest to my house.
But navigating the lake at night was not an easy task. Many accomplished sailors had met their doom on the ragged rocks of Bear Claw Bend.
Well, I've already worked out a way across. Time to get off this roof before someone spots me. Damn it! Think fast, Jenny.
And just like that, Jenny was gone. Her first great adventure cut short before it had begun.
I'm right here. Just hanging around.
Attends, je vais aller voir de l'autre côté s'il n'y a pas un sticker ou un morceau de carte postale. Ah, j'en ai créé une, d'accord. Alors, faire tourner. Ça doit être ça. Ça. Ça va là.
That's the way to Main Street. I can't risk being caught by the sheriff or his goons. The safest way home is across the lake.
Juste aller voir au bout de la rue. Non.
What's that sound? True believer, I am the one you seek. I swim in the shadows of giants that stir beneath an eerie silence. Follow the path, reach the truth.
What a curious and cryptic message. Was it meant for her? And who had written it? Friend or foe?
This could be from the killer.
But it was far too dangerous to find out.
I have to find out.
And so she decided to ignore the message and carry on to her house.
There's no way I'm ignoring the case of the mysterious message.
Le SS Suzy.
The SS Suzy. A gift from Suzy's father as a thank you for preparing his lunch one day.
Ah putain.
This'll get me across the lake in no time.
Unfortunately, the boat didn't belong to her.
I'll just borrow it for a couple of hours. They won't even notice it's gone.
But borrowing something without asking first was just stealing.
It's always easier to ask for forgiveness than wait for permission.
Of course, the boat needed a key.
Jeez, nobody trusts anyone these days. There must be some other way to start the engine. I bet I can hotwire the boat if I get this panel off.
Risk of electric shock. It was far too dangerous.
I love danger. Damn, this one's stuck.
Foiled at the last moment by a rusty screw. Oh well, time to turn back.
There's only one screw left. I can just pry the panel back.
And so she very carefully pulled on the panel.
Wow, looks complicated.
Far too complicated for a child to even attempt.
Mom always says, a great detective focuses on the solution, not the problem. It looks like I can bypass the ignition by turning the dials until all the lights are illuminated. Piece of cake.
Ok. Donc il faut que tout soit allumé.
I did it!
Jenny had found a way to cross the lake, but she was still a long way from home. She pulled out her journal and plotted a course.
First, I'll navigate my way around Skull Island. Next, I'll sail up the river to the Almaston Bridge. Then it's just a short stroll through the Forgotten Forest. And finally, home. Got it. Let's go.
On s'évade.
Jenny had never crossed the lake after dark. Come to think of it, she'd never even driven a boat before. She thrust the throttle forward and felt a cool wind whip through her hair. Sneaking around after curfew had its benefits.
Alors, accélérer et conduire. Ok. Ah merde, s'il y a des trucs à récupérer, je vais prendre alors toutes les routes. Alors je pense qu'ici j'ai tout fait.
I swim in the shadows of giants. This must be the place. Whoa, that was huge. I have to get a closer look.
The elusive red herring, a rare and fantastic sight.
Can't believe they really exist.
Jenny had always believed they were a fisherman's tale, but seeing them firsthand.
She's so beautiful.
But what was stuck in her scales?
A message in a bottle. Curious. I am the voice of reason. I walk amongst the sunken ships that once sailed through the glowing mist. It's another clue. This case just got more
Dangerous. Jenny had no idea who was behind these messages. This could be an elaborate trap.
Or it could be the answer I need to prove my mom's innocence.
The best course of action was to go back and get help from an adult.
No, I have to see where this leads. On my own. Sunken ships, glowing mist. That should be easy to spot. Thanks, fishies!
Il est un peu chelou à contrôler le bateau là. Voilà. Alors, vous êtes ici. Ok. Regarde, là je veux aller à gauche, mais je dois mettre le... C'est vraiment bizarre, voilà.
Whoa. That can't be good for the boat.
Par où? Ah, de toute façon, je pouvais pas passer. Par là.
Sure is fun to hit stuff.
Danger visite des réduites. Tac tac tac. Rocher, d'accord. Ah, tu vois, je veux aller à droite, mais je dois pencher à gauche.
I can't see a thing. I must be heading in the right direction.
C'est l'île des bateaux fantômes.
Jenny navigated carefully through the thick fog.
Oh, it smells like rotten fish.
Many ships had lost their bearings here, grounded on the ragged rocks, swallowed by the lake.
Maybe I could shed some light on these ghost ships. Another message. This is starting to feel like a wild goose chase. I am the hope in darkness. I sit in a spiral of ancient stone. Against the clock, I move alone. What's with all these cryptic messages? I should get out of here before I turn into a ghost.
Ok, bah ça c'est à la spirale en haut. On sait où c'est.
Phew, made it out alive. Let's go find this spiral of ancient stone.
Phare et sandwicherie de l'île du crâne. Le rocher rond, ok.
Skull Island, home to an abandoned lighthouse and an excellent sandwich shop. Decommissioned over 100 years ago, but the light mysteriously continued to illuminate the darkness.
Je jure que je fais pas exprès pour le bateau, c'est juste que... C'est jamais très logique en fait. Quand est-ce que tu dois tourner à gauche ou à droite? Parce que là je veux aller à gauche, mais si je fais à gauche... Voilà, là c'est bon.
The night grew dark and eerie.
Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Ah! Well, aren't you ominous? Nice birdie. What are you doing all the way out here? How rude. Watch it, buddy! Talk about a murder of crows. It threw a rock at me. That was not a rock. It was a crab. I am the answer to the unasked question. I stand inside the crescent moon. Below death's gaze, I wait for you. I wait for you. This could be the last clue.
So caught up in unraveling the mystery, Jenny failed to recognize how dangerous this chase really was.
Who is waiting at the crescent moon?
Whoever it was, our intrepid detective would need to be extremely careful.
Crescent moon, below death's gaze. Time to wrap up this case.
Alors là, je vais aller à gauche. Mais quand je fais gauche, il me met à droite. Hop. Voilà. Alors, baie du beignet, virage du griffe de l'ours. Bon, on va aller à la baie du beignet.
Pretty sure I'm gonna sink the boat. Whee! Hello? Who's there?
C'est mon patronus.
Stay right there. Don't come any closer. Identify yourself. Whoever you are, the police are right behind me. And they're very angry. But I might be able to help you if you just talk to me. Okay, if you won't cooperate, I'll have to come over there. Oh, it was just my imagination. Thank God.
The dogs bark loudest before the dawn!
Ah! Get away from me, you maniacal murderer!
The dogs bark loudest before the dawn.
Ah, je m'en doutais que c'était lui.
CJ?
The dogs bark loudest before the dawn.
The early bird can't catch the lazy worm.
The wind blows strongly from the east.
People in glass houses should invest in curtains.
The evening sky is full of fireflies.
The absent-minded goldfish swims into the blender.
Excellent, Jen. They haven't broken you yet.
The notes were from you? I thought you were the Dean's killer. Why did you make me go through all that if you were already in the boat?
This is the only place safe from their prying ears. We have to hurry. This line isn't secure.
Line? We're talking in person.
Exactly. Now quickly, before they get a fix on our location. What did you want to tell me?
Seriously? You can't keep doing this. You contacted me.
Did I?
Actually, I'm glad you did. I need to ask you a few questions about the Dean's death.
Good, Jenny. Question everything. Trust no one.
What happened to your eye? Did you get in a fight?
Wasn't a fight. More of a misunderstanding, really.
A seriously purple misunderstanding?
Well, you should see the other guy.
There's something you're not telling me.
Is there?
Ah, ça c'est un sticker.
What happened to your compass? Before it was wandering, but now it seems to be pointing in one direction.
Exactly. Do you see now? It's not a compass at all.
So what is it then?
Aliens!
Aliens? What are you talking about?
E.T. Extraterrestrials. Beings from another world.
I know what aliens are. Come on, CJ, there's no such thing.
What? No, not you too.
I'm sorry, CJ, but it's time to get serious. The Dean is dead and my mom's in jail, framed for a murder she didn't commit. I need to get to the truth.
The only way to truly see is to open your mind. Not everything is what it seems.
If there really are aliens in Arthurton, how come you're the only person who's ever seen them?
People don't see what they aren't looking for. That's why I come here every night, to observe the unobservable. The compass is my eyes. It can sense their presence where I cannot. Why don't you borrow it and find out for yourself?
Okay, I'll take it. I need all the help I can get.
Good. You can prove my theory to be fact.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Just remember, when the needle is steady, the phenomena are near.
Sure.
They were here before. They will return. And we'll be waiting for them.
Uh-huh. Yep, totally.
Ah oui, la carte
I
de
know you were in the
bibliothèque.
library the day Dean Strasberry died. Did you notice anything unusual?
Yes, I did.
Great. What happened?
They changed the bathroom scent from strawberry to pie. It was most unpleasant.
Oh, is that all?
I intended to alert the librarian as a matter of urgency. But no one was at the front desk. Quite unusual.
Was there anyone else in the library?
No, just the dean and I. Till
Until you left. It's not like you to leave your research lying around. Why were you in such a hurry?
I lost track of time. I was late for an appointment.
An appointment? Where?
Appointment? What are you talking about?
You said you were late for an appointment.
Objection. Leading the witness.
This isn't a trial, CJ. It's just me, Jenny.
Then I have nothing further to say, Your Honor.
CJ, this is serious. You have to tell me the truth.
I had to do it, Jenny. I needed to learn.
CJ, is this a confession?
Well, you were going to find out anyway.
CJ, did you murder Dean Strasberry?
The dean? Oh, no.
But you just said...
Good, Jenny. Suspect everyone, even me.
I don't understand.
In fact, I suspected myself for quite some time, but I couldn't have done it.
I want to believe you, CJ, but do you have an alibi?
That's why I left these notes for you. If anyone can prove I'm innocent, it's you, Jenny LeClue.
Hang on a second. Let me take a look at that. Jenny, I need your help. You know, we could have saved a lot of time if you'd just given me this message first.
Risk being followed?
J'avoue.
Never!
But what had piqued Jenny's interest was not the message itself.
That paper. What did he write all these messages on? I knew it! You wrote all these messages on a piece of newspaper.
Jenny couldn't help it. Every time she thought about coffee, she saw Keith's face. She heard his voice. She remembered his sadness. And she promised not to rest until she'd uncovered the truth of his father's death.
That's the day of the Dean's murder.
The front page was missing, but even this small snippet worried Jenny.
They've been peddling lies about my mom right from the start. Sheriff Winston LeClue has distanced himself from all proceedings. Well, if he won't help her, I will.
CJ was always protesting something. The first time they had met, CJ had handcuffed himself to a bike rack outside Agatha Krusty's bakery.
He was convinced they were hiding something in the pies. He'd lost the key to his handcuffs, so I picked the lock for him.
They had been friends ever since.
This photo was taken in Avocado Heights. That's on the other side of town, miles from the library. "3:55, clearly the afternoon. CJ couldn't have killed the Dean. All the evidence is right here."
Ouais, ça aurait été un peu trop évident que le mec taré du coin soit le tueur.
How can I prove CJ is innocent? CJ was photographed in Avocado Heights at 3:55 p.m. on Thursday, 2 minutes before the Dean died. There's no way CJ could have killed him. CJ, you're innocent!
What a relief!
But you really shouldn't be going around town terrorizing children. You're going to end up in jail again.
That wouldn't be so bad. They have the best beds in town.
Il me reste une preuve à trouver.
Those scribbles look familiar. I found your map of Arthurton in the library.
Keep it. It's a great map. Very rare. Ripped it straight out of the town charter, first edition. Come to think of it, only edition.
What about all your notes? Don't you need them?
Nope. Got it all backed up in the cloud.
What cloud?
Did I say cloud? I meant head.
So what do all those notes mean? Who are the Shadow Men?
Yes! You're starting to see differently. There are patterns everywhere. Keep searching.
Every part of my being is telling me that my mom is being framed. But I don't understand why.
There are only 3 reasons a man is murdered. He didn't mind his own business. He couldn't keep his mouth shut. Or he wouldn't keep his hands to himself.
Have you ever heard of a place called Widow's Drop? I think my mom met the Dean there.
Widow's Drop! No, but it sounds suspicious.
Well, anything sounds suspicious if you say it like that.
Be careful, Jenny. They'll do anything to keep their secrets. Once you start to see things, there's no going back. Do you ever wonder why the lake glows at night? Or why the power keeps going out all over town?
Yes, I do. All the time.
There's a lot more to this town if you look below the surface.
Do you mean that literally or figuratively?
Yes. The truth is hiding right under our feet, if we only stop to look.
I'm more confused than when we started. Well, I really have to get to my house. This case won't solve itself. I can drop you off at the bridge.
No need. I'm staying here. Some of these rocks have moved. Never trust a crab with a man's job.
Ok.
Be careful, Jenny. They are everywhere. Always watching.
Don't worry about me, CJ. They'll never see me coming. I sneak in silence. I creep in the shadows. My footsteps are whispers. Damn it! I've got this. Don't worry. That'll buff out.
Jenny headed east towards the Almost Done Bridge.
I can dock there and make my way through the Forgotten Forest without anyone seeing me. Sneaky.
Juste faire le tour ici, voir s'il n'y a pas quelque chose. Apparemment. Ouais, bah de toute façon, il n'y a plus que par là.
That's the way to my house.
Bon, c'était sympa ce petit moment en bateau, sauf que le bateau des fois était pas très compréhensible à contrôler.
The night was still and quiet on the far side of the lake.
No one ever comes down here. Not since they stopped repairing the bridge.
And yet it was hard to shake the feeling of being watched.
This is CJ's fault. He really believes all that stuff.
Once you start to see things, there's no going back.
I wonder what he meant by that. Forgotten Forest Trail. Voted most likely place to be eaten by bears. Arthurton Gazette. Perfect. Just as I'm about to enter the spooky woods.
The good folks at Arthurton Power and Light were not easing Jenny's fear of the dark. Of course, this was the very reason curfew had been put in place.
Jenny laissa libre cours à son imagination. Dans les ténèbres, le moindre bruit était une menace. Chaque ombre était un monstre. Mais elle y était presque, encore un peu plus loin.
What happened to the bridge?
It looked like Jenny had reached a dead end. She had no choice but to return to Susie's house for a comforting mug of hot chocolate.
I'd rather plummet to my death.
It was a terrifying drop to the rocks below. Surely she wasn't contemplating jumping across.
Mom always says a great detective takes calculated risks. So let's do the math. The bridge is too weak for a running jump. Taking into account the strong tailwind, and factoring in my athletic prowess, or lack thereof, I could make that jump 2 out of 3 times.
C'est un bon ratio.
Not bad odds.
Terrible odds.
Well, here goes nothing. Uh-oh. Okay, Maybe the odds weren't so good.
And now she was dangling from a splintered plank, one slip away from certain death.
It's just like climbing a tree. Just don't look down. Don't look down.
Ah bah j'ai déjà une nouvelle carte postale. Faire tourner... Ah, celle-là.
Was this the end for our tiny hero? As her spindly muscles began to give way, an image flashed before Jenny's eyes. Her mother, dangling from a ledge, unable to pull herself to safety. How could she possibly save her family when she couldn't even save herself?
I can't give up now. Mom needs me.
Jenny had barely survived. Was she really prepared for the dangers that lay ahead?
It's too late to turn back now.
It's Jenny motherfucking Clue.
It might have been her recent brush with death, but Jenny's heart was pounding in her chest.
That's not my heart. That's... CJ's compass. The needle is shaking like crazy. Is this what the compass was pointing to?
Jenny paused for a moment and listened. It was quiet but distinct. A constant pulse. Mechanical, unnatural.
Man-made?
But other than the sound it emitted, this rock was like any other in the forest.
What's this? Another postcard piece. Curious.
Ok. C'est une carte bonus.
There's something under there.
Jenny had spent her whole childhood exploring the woods behind her house.
But I've never seen this before.
Then she remembered CJ's words.
People don't see things they aren't looking for.
She knocked on the rusty metal.
Hollow. It's a trapdoor. It's rusted up pretty badly. I can't move it. What a strange device. The wires are connected to the door.
Oh non. Alors ça bouge. Le 2, le 3, ok. Le 2 bouge. Le 1 il bouge tout seul, ok. En gros, ce qu'il faudrait, c'est que le 2 et le 3 se mettent en même temps. Donc là, un poil à droite.
A stale, metallic odor filled the air as Jenny peered into the opening.
It sure is dark down there.
Too dark.
But I can't just leave this unexplored. I have to see where it leads.
And so, Jenny descended blindly into the unknown.
Moi, j'aurais voulu aller peut-être à gauche avant. Ouais, attends, juste aller voir là-bas. Non, bon, bah, y a rien.
That didn't sound good.
In all her short life, Jenny LeClue had never found herself in such a peculiar place. The town that once seemed a small, lifeless pond was suddenly an ocean of mysterious possibilities. Equal parts terrifying and intriguing, it was...
Incredible!
Yes, an incredible mystery in her very own backyard. Jenny wiped away a thick layer of dust.
Jeez, how long has this been here?
Clearly the equipment had laid dormant for a long time, and yet...
It's so futuristic. Straight out of those comics Keith is always reading.
Starship cadets and the race for space.
It feels...
Alien.
Now I'm starting to sound like CJ. There must be a logical explanation for all this.
But its purpose would remain a mystery. Jenny dared not touch its intricate interface.
I'll just press all the buttons and see what happens.
Oh dear. As Jenny turned the dials, she heard something hidden in the static.
A voice? What is he saying? It's a pattern. It keeps repeating. Animals and numbers. Animals and numbers. People in the future sure talk weird.
Was it a cry for help? A shopping list? Someone with extremely limited vocabulary?
Whatever it is, it must be important.
And so she transcribed it in her journal.
Ok.
Looks fancy. And broken. There's something stuck to the bottom of the ladder.
It was just a blank piece of paper.
Or is it?
Jenny traced her finger over the page. She felt the clear indentations left by a pen.
I know exactly what to do. It worked. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It was a code of some kind.
The world's least secure code.
Please enter authorization code to begin.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Code accepted. System authorized and on for
Mot de
activation.
passe, mot de passe.
Sphere hermetically sealed. Magnetic transducer coils charging. Rotational phase harmonics stabilized. Commencing experiment 8, module 37.
What's happening?
Radioactive safety margins cleared. Running at 54% efficiency.
It says it's working, but what's it doing?
Remember, a healthy employee is an effective employee. Please leave the station for your mandatory 15-minute smoking break. Decompressing spherical chamber.
I should get out of here before my skin melts off.
Ok. C'était bizarre. J'espère qu'on n'a pas foutu la merde. On a réveillé Xana.
The boulders must have weighed a ton each, yet they floated in the air like balloons.
CJ said he saw a swarm of UFOs circling the Forgotten Forest.
Was Jenny beginning to make sense of CJ's wild ramblings?
I'm gonna need a bucket of coffee to unpack all this. Oh, God. Our old fort.
It didn't look like much, but this treehouse had once been Jenny and Keith's favorite hiding spot.
I could never climb up there on my own. Keith always had to help me.
They schemed and planned and swore never to let anything come between them. Just thinking about him hurt.
What was that? Steven! Steven! Steven!
What?
Did you hear that? I'm telling you, man.
Not this again.
Something's out here. Something big. Real big.
There's nothing there.
But I'm getting some super spooky vibes, man.
For the last time, Kevin, the radio's off for emergencies only.
That was lucky. I need to be more careful.
The house was swarming with police, but she knew this place like the back of her hand. If anyone could find a way in, it was Jenny LeClue.
Alors.
Sounds tempting.
But Jenny couldn't risk being seen by the police.
There's probably a sneakier way in.
The window was ajar, the frame damaged.
Somebody broke into my house. That's my job.
But who? The police had used the front door.
Whoever it was, that's my way in.
Out of the police's line of sight, the basement was her best entry point into the house.
Except that window is locked, and all my lockpicking gear is inside. This place is crawling with cops.
What could the police have found inside her house?
And if they found what they're looking for, why are they still here? My room.
And inside,
My detective gear.
the window looked a promising point of entry.
I could climb the tree up onto the roof.
But as Jenny knew, all the windows on the second floor were bolted down.
Dad did it after a raccoon got in and trashed the place.
Jenny recalled the Christmas Eve when she had climbed down the chimney and discovered how difficult the jolly old man's job was.
And dirty. There's definitely a cleaner way in. That's Mom's room. Her window is bolted down just like the other. Now I think about it, that's a real fire hazard.
Faire toutes les entrées au cas où.
Dang, the front door's covered too.
Jenny could try to climb the tree.
But I already see an easier way in.
Bon.
To get to the basement window, Jenny would have to creep carefully past the police officer. One false move and the game would be up.
Hey!
Et merde.
Who goes there?
Caught! Jenny would have to think fast or risk being jailed like her mother.
Here goes nothing.
Steven! Please tell me you're there.
What's up, buddy?
I think you should know, and I say this with 100% certainty, that there's a
Spit it out already.
mountain lion out here!
Very likely. They're indigenous to this area.
What?
Just don't let it eat you. I don't need any more paperwork.
Oh God. I think I'll just head inside for a minute to check on something.
Phew, that was close.
Je sais pas si fantôme ça aurait marché.
Someone definitely forced this open.
Would Jenny enter the dark basement? It was an odd feeling, breaking into her own house. But as she squeezed through the basement window, Jenny felt a rush of excitement. I could get used to this, she thought. Jenny was in, undetected.
Home sweet home. What the heck? Who left this here?
Jenny's father had never carried a briefcase, and her mother couldn't afford one.
Let's see who this belongs to.
Ah, comment tu veux savoir ça, toi? Attends. Ah, je peux pas regarder son journal en plus. Euh... Ah, ça va jusqu'à 7. Bon, écoute, on va essayer 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Ah, attends, il y a des traces de doigts, j'avais pas vu.
Who carries around a fancy briefcase with a children's book inside? The Hawk and the Weasel. Hang on a second.
Jenny recognized the book. She'd seen a copy of it next to the Dean's lifeless body.
In the library. There must be something significant about it. It's written in a foreign language. Weird.
Strange indeed, but surely it had a purpose that would become clear later on.
Let's take a closer look.
Alors oui, ça a l'air d'être du vieil anglais. Alors.
This feels familiar. Like I've seen it before. Wait, no! I've heard it before! On the radio in the underground lab!
Could there be a connection between the cryptic radio message and this book?
Let's find out. If I just follow the animals and numbers, I'm sure I can figure this out.
Alors. Lapin. 49. Un, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ok, d'accord. Euh, 23. Là. 21, 22. Alors attends, c'est non, non, c'est pas tous dans le même. Parce que là, il m'en manque 3. Loup 51. Alors, donc le loup, ça doit être celui-là. Là. Ensuite, Faucon 30. The Boy in the Well. Will.
Soon they will all listen, relive their rancid past.
The message read like a threat.
But from who? Could it be a message from the Dean's killer? Let me get this straight. Someone's broadcasting a sinister message in code, which is being picked up on a radio in an abandoned laboratory hidden in the forest. And the secret to decode this message is written in a children's book, which was locked inside a stranger's briefcase in my basement.
All of this was true.
That doesn't make it any less crazy sounding.
But not all mysteries could be solved in an instant. Sometimes questions had to percolate, like a good cup of coffee. Only then would the answers become clear.
I guess I'll let it brew for a bit. But right now, I need to get to my room and find my detective gear.
Ok. Je vais juste aller voir. Non, pas par là. Ok.
Oh crap!
Hey! What are you doing?
Nothing. Just looking for more beer.
Make yourselves at home, why don't you?
Forget about it. There's more in the back of the fridge.
They better not eat my cookies.
Jackpot. They got cookies too.
Hey, have we searched down here yet?
You lose one game of cards and suddenly you want to search the house. Can't handle the pressure, eh?
Oh, those, sir, are fighting words. You want to put your money where your mouth is?
Arthurton's finest, everyone.
There was no way Jenny could reach her bedroom without being caught by the police.
Which means I can't get my detective gear. Great.
But this was a basement, a veritable treasure trove of old possessions. Surely something around here would prove useful.
Maybe. But I can't see a thing. Let's shed some light on the situation. Of course the fuse is missing for the lights.
Où est-ce qu'il est le truc à trouver?
Jenny wasn't prone to sentimentality, but seeing her father's desk, the disorganized muddle of books, photos, and the faint smell of ammonia, more reminders that her dad was here not so long ago.
Miss you, Dad. This was years ago. I looked like a kid. One of the rare times that Dad wasn't making a goofy face. He used to say, serious people make serious mistakes. I might, need this later. This one test tube looks recently used. The others are all covered in dust.
A small puddle of liquid had pooled on the desk.
Looks fresh. Still sticky. A field guide to fascinating flora. Written by Weiss, Felding, and Strasberry. Did the Dean write this book? Mending the molecular bonds of marriage. Mom and Dad both worked an awful lot.
Jenny rarely saw the two of them together.
Quantum tunneling and adaptive spectral optics. Sounds like a real page-turner. Dad was such a nerd. This is from the day of Dad's accident. Mom must have kept it.
Une terrible tragédie a frappé l'université de Gumball ce matin alors qu'une expérience dans les laboratoires de chimie a mal tourné. Cet accident a entraîné une explosion dévastatrice qui a causé la mort d'un scientifique et blessé plusieurs autres. La zone a immédiatement été contenue et toute entrée a été interdite en raison de produits chimiques potentiellement mortels impliqués. Bien que l'enquête poursuit encore son cours, la police a identifié la victime comme étant le scientifique LeClue. Il laisse derrière lui sa femme Julie et leur fille Jenny. Doyen Strasberry, directeur de l'université et ami proche des LeClue, a fait une déclaration cet après-midi sur le campus. C'était un accident tragique et imprévisible. Henry travaillait avec des produits chimiques dangereux et tout porte à croire qu'il a commis une grave erreur. Il éprouvait beaucoup de stress ces derniers temps et tout le monde peut se tromper. Aujourd'hui, nous disons adieu à un ami et à un voisin exceptionnel.
The dean called the lab explosion an accident, but everyone in town seemed to blame Dad. Acrid inspections report. I've never seen this before. This contradicts the newspaper article which stated my dad made a mistake. Everyone in town blamed him for the accident. But they were all wrong. The lab was unsafe. He shouldn't have been working there. October 5th. That was 1 week before.
Her father's accident.
The dean signed the report.
Someone had circled the signature in red pen.
He must have known that the lab was unsafe, but still let my dad work in there?
Any rational mind could see it. Strong evidence linking her mum to the dean's death.
This doesn't prove anything.
But it was a clear motive for murder. Revenge.
My mom wouldn't do that.
But who else would see it that way?
There must be an explanation. I just don't know what it is yet. I can't let this fall into the wrong hands.
Was Jenny sure this was the right thing to do? It broke every rule in the book. Why would she need to hide evidence if her mom was truly innocent?
Mom isn't here to defend herself. It isn't fair.
But however she tried to justify it, Jenny knew this wasn't the choice of a great detective.
I need to buy myself some time. I can't afford anyone jumping to conclusions before I've had a chance to investigate.
Je préfère tout prendre pour moi. Et si à la fin je peux tout rassembler et faire mes conclusions.
the missing fuse.
Par contre, ça m'énerve cette loupe là. Dites-moi où c'est. Alors peut-être que quand je vais mettre...
And then there was light.
Jenny would need to work quickly to remain undetected.
Who knows when he'll come back? Now, where's the most likely place to find a makeshift detective kit?
Ah voilà.
The week after Jenny's father died, her mom boxed up his things and tucked them away in the basement. Jenny had argued with her.
It was like she was trying to erase him.
But seeing them now, being reminded of him, Jenny understood.
I don't think Mom would have put her CSI equipment in any of these boxes.
A shaft of light peeked through the boxes.
There's more stuff back there. I just need a way through.
Jenny's instincts had been correct. Dozens of boxes lined the back wall of the basement.
There's probably something useful here, but it'll take forever to search through them all. CSI supplies. That must be Mom's old gear. It's not as good as mine, but at least it works. More or less. My key to the city. An old set of lockpicks.
Tucked away at the bottom of the box, something colorful caught Jenny's eye. She pulled it carefully from the container and unfolded it.
This must be Mom's old jacket.
It smelled of formaldehyde and fingerprint powder.
From her CSI days.
And so, she tried it on.
Skin débloqué.
It's like a glove.
A giant oversized glove.
And it smells like Mom.
Her mother had never felt so close, and yet so far away.
I won't let them take you away from me too.
Jenny's search was complete.
It's not the world's best detective kit, but it'll do.
For the first time in her life, she felt like a real detective. She had a serious crime to solve.
And a seriously sharp outfit to match. Somebody else is here. That was no cop. What was he doing in my house? I should follow him.
Was Jenny ready to follow the mysterious man in black? The man in black. Who was he? Where was he going? There was only one way to find out.
Black. The Galaxy Defender.
Where are you headed, creepy man in
On
black?
arrive, Will Smith.
Jenny couldn't simply chase the mysterious figure.
He's bound to notice me if I follow too closely. I need to get out of his line of sight. That's my way up. If only Keith was here to pull a ladder down. I'll just have to get it down the old-fashioned way. There he is. The bridge should slow him down a bit. Huh? How did he do that?
Monsieur, il maîtrise la téléportation.
The man in black had taken the higher path towards the almost done bridge.
That's a dead end. Why is he going up there? There's nowhere to hide on the bridge. I'll go underneath and spy on him from there.
Jenny couldn't just walk onto the bridge and blow her cover. No, she'd keep her distance and see what the man in black would reveal when he didn't know he was being watched. The man in black neared the edge of the unfinished bridge. His methodical movements unnerved Jenny.
I need to get a better look at him. I'll climb the outside of the bridge and snoop on him from there.
The plan was daring but reckless.
I have no choice. He's my only lead.
And so, undaunted by the dangers that lay ahead, Jenny LeClue, wearing her mother's jacket, advanced towards the bridge. Yesterday a child, today a courageous adventurer.
Easy does it. I don't want him to hear me coming.
Jenny glanced down for the first time, and immediately wished she hadn't. She clung tightly to the stone wall. The ledge beneath her feet was narrow, barely wide enough to stand on. One false move and...
Focus, Jenny. Perfect pitch! The hallmark of a serial killer. Maybe I can get a closer look. There you are.
Salut Rimsad. Comment ça va? Extrêmement sinistre, identité inconnue, aime les longues promenades dans les bois et la littérature pour enfants. J'ai envie d'un peu de parier, c'est genre son père, parce il est pas vraiment mort. J'ai envie de mettre un petit pari que en fait l'homme en noir c'est son père.
The brim of his hat concealed his face in shadow. The man in black remained an enigma.
Could be 3 kids in a raincoat for all I know. He's just standing there. What's he waiting for?
Bon, ça va, ça va. Oula.
No. Yes. No.
Wow, this guy's a real chatterbox.
Yes. It's all there. Clear as day.
Who is he talking to?
No, it wasn't there. Yes, the whole house. She must have it.
What was he looking for?
Of course. Where? Hold on.
What's he doing now? Where did he go?
Ah oui, quand même. Ça, c'est de la planque.
A super secret spy stash? I can't hear what he's saying.
Yes, I'll take care of her. Tonight. They change shifts at 4. Yes, it's all here.
I have to see what's on that paper.
Yes, the biggest cross. I know.
He's destroying evidence. I have to get down there before it's lost for good.
She was only distracted for a moment, but a moment was enough.
Damn, how does he do that?
Ah là 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 là. Ah, je savais bien qu'il y avait un truc là. Ok, il n'y a rien d'autre. Bon, du coup, pour te raconter vite fait ce que t'as loupé, bon, t'as pas loupé grand chose. En fait, on s'est enfui de la maison en bateau. On a CJ qui nous a envoyé un message, enfin plein de messages codés juste pour nous dire qu'il avait besoin de notre aide. On l'a interrogé et puis on l'a innocenté. CJ, c'est en fait un de ses potes qui est un complotiste, en gros, qui voit des aliens partout, mais on a réussi à l'innocenter. Et on est retourné chez nous pour mettre les anciens habits de notre Momo quand elle était quand elle travaillait à la police scientifique. Voilà. Puis on a trouvé un truc sous la terre bizarre. Alors.
Jenny held the soggy paper delicately.
Alors, au-delà de l'ange déchu, sous les arches en ruine, après les portes en bois, l'entrée est enfouie là-bas. Cherchez la plus grande croix, n'oubliez pas, rendre hommage.
She hadn't recovered all the pieces, but enough to discern the message.
Beyond the fallen angel, through the crumbling arches, past the wooden gates. The entrance is buried there. Look for the biggest cross. Don't forget to pay your respects.
C'est au cimetière, ça.
What could it mean?
They're directions to a secret entrance.
But an entrance to what?
Maybe there's more in the back. Mom?
Jenny's heart skipped several beats. She remembered the man in black's words.
I'll take care of her tonight. He's going to...
Jenny couldn't bring herself to say the words.
Mom's in terrible danger!
Thankfully, her mother was safely locked away under the watchful eyes of the police. He'd never get past them.
He won't have to. These instructions lead to a secret entrance. A way to get to the jail without being detected.
But where?
The entrance is buried there.
Buried. The word bounced around her brain like a pinball. Where did people bury things?
The graveyard!
Oh, je suis trop fort. Oh là là là. Gros cerveau activé.
Of course. The graveyard was in the same part of town as the jail.
Angels, arches, crosses on graves.
All features of the graveyard.
I have to get there before he does. I have to save my mom.
This was all well and good, but even if she was right, even if she managed to reach her mother before the man in black,
How am I going to break her out?
it was at this moment a rather distressing thought popped into her head. As loath as she was to admit it, Jenny needed help. She reached into her jacket pocket and removed the walkie-talkie Susie had given her.
Susie, are you there?
Jenny? Thank goodness. Are you okay?
What is that awful music?
Oh. I'm just rehearsing my dance for...
I regret asking.
Le truc qui va enfin servir. Tu parles de Tokiwoki ou de la fille?
You said earlier you wanted to...
Yes?
You said you wanted to...
Help? Of course. Anything for you, friend.
Okay, meet me at the graveyard right away.
Les deux, je m'en doutais.
The graveyard? But it's nearly midnight. What if I get caught?
It's urgent, Susie.
I don't know, Jenny. I don't think I can do it.
Allez, on va être gentil.
Don't you see, Susie? This is your chance to prove yourself. Do you want your whole life to be dictated by your parents?
Well, no, but...
There comes a time when every young woman has to chart her own course.
But does it have to be right now?
My mom's fate hangs in the balance, and I'm the only thing standing between her and death. Which side of history will you be on?
The good side?
Great. Then meet me outside the graveyard as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll be there, Jenny. What should I wear? I'm thinking practical but colorful.
I don't care. Just bring your silent explosives.
What? What do you need explosives for?
I'm gonna break my mom out of jail.
Ouah, bah je vais m'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Non, je déconne. L'enfoiré.
No, 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 no. I am an artist.
Oula, il est rebou, lui. Son demi-verre de vin, il est déjà rebou.
I will not be dictated to by some pen pusher in an ivory tower. It's too long, too violent, too dark. These are my characters.
So why does it feel like they're rebelling against me?
All this fighting, all this drama. And for what?
Jenny and Susie should be best friends by now.
Maybe it's time to wrap this one up. End on a happy note. Yes, let's fix this nonsense once and for all. You all right, Rufus? First, I need another drink.
Ah, tu peux choisir fin heureuse ou le cimetière. Sauver maman, 32 dangereux. Ah, j'ai envie de faire la fin heureuse juste pour voir comment. Lecteur soulagé, axé sur l'amitié. Les fans seront contents. Parce que je suppose que ça c'est la fin à la con et ça c'est la suite de l'histoire. Allez, on va faire ça.
Yes. Of course. I knew I'd make the right choice. It was another glorious afternoon in Arthurton.
Ou le malaise.
The sun was shining, the birds were singing.
Suzy a toujours sa tête de con.
And two best friends had settled down for a spot of tea.
What perfect weather for a picnic. The weather is always perfect in Arthurton. And another mystery solved. The Dean's alive and everything is back to normal. Just as it should be. More bubblegum tea, Jenny? Thank you, Susie. I'm so glad everything turned out so well. You're my best friend.
On dirait l'épisode de Itchy et Scratchy quand il y a la censure qui est arrivée. Le coup de la limonade. Voilà, fin du jeu.
Wait, this isn't right. This is...
No good.
Voilà.
It's no good at all. This one can't end like the others. They won't publish it. I must write something different. Something darker. It's the only chance I have of saving her. I'm sorry, Jenny. You'll see your mum soon. But for now, it's got to be the graveyard.
Bon, c'était juste la fin pour avoir un succès
Was the man in
Steam.
black the Dean's real killer? Without any evidence, Jenny couldn't be sure. A great detective never made assumptions. The most important thing was getting her mum to safety. And to do that, she'd need to beat the man in black at his own game.
La situation avait pris une tournure dramatique. La tête de Jenny fourmillait de questions. L'explosif de Suzy allait-il marcher? Est-ce que j'arriverai à trouver la prison avant qu'il ne soit trop tard? Qui est l'homme en noir? Pourquoi quelqu'un voudrait-il tuer ma mère? Le parchemin qui l'attendait était... Le chemin qui... Le parchemin... Le chemin qui l'attendait était parsemé d'embûches. Et Jenny allait avoir besoin de toutes ses facultés pour survivre.
One thing's for sure. I'm gonna need to be very quiet. What the hell?
Discrétion.exe a été... a cessé de fonctionner.
Hi, Jenny, I'm here. And I brought snacks.
This is a covert mission. Could you draw any more attention to yourself?
Sorry, I just wanted to get here as quickly as I could.
Ah, par contre, elle a apporté des sandwichs et ça, c'est cool.
Did you bring the explosives?
Of course. Et voila. Now remember, explosives are incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. Hopefully it'll be enough.
Okay, I'm here. What's the big emergency, Susie? What is she doing here?
Keith, you came!
You invited him?
I thought it'd be a good opportunity for you to talk.
Now is hardly the time.
I can't bear the idea of two best friends never speaking again. It's too sad.
What's wrong with you?
I should go.
No, Keith, wait.
There was so much she wanted to say. But she had ruined the Dean's funeral, embarrassed Keith in front of the whole town. Worse, she hadn't been there for him in his hour of need. She wanted to tell him all about the Dean's ring, the man in black, and the mysterious room buried in the forest. But none of it would bring his father back. Sometimes the right thing to say was also the hardest.
I'm sorry.
Poor Keith. Angry, grieving, conflicted. His whole world turned upside down.
Faut vraiment être un gros FDP pour pas dire s'excuser.
And the one person he most wanted to confide in, he couldn't.
I really should go. Goodbye, Jenny.
Well, that didn't go exactly as I planned. Are you okay, Jenny?
Ses intentions étaient bonnes.
As angry as she was at Susie, Jenny knew this was a situation of her own making.
Let's just focus on the task at hand. Locked. I'll have to break in.
Or we could just wait for an adult.
And let the man in black get to my mom first.
Elle est conne ou quoi?
Are you trying to sabotage everything?
I just don't see why we can't tell the police what we know and let them sort it out.
Because, Susan, the police are incompetent. I'm not putting my mom's life in their hands. Besides, for all we know, it could be an inside job. Now, keep a lookout while I open this lock. Are you coming, Susie?
Into the graveyard?
There's no time to waste.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm just, I think I need a minute.
Why don't you wait here and keep a lookout? I'll go on ahead. I've got the radio if I need your help.
That sounds like a great plan. Thanks.
Radio me if you see anything suspicious. Especially if you see a man in black carrying a briefcase and a blue umbrella.
Briefcase, umbrella, got it.
Lock the gate behind me so no one suspects anything. And keep out of sight.
Here, don't forget the explosives.
Jenny had broken in undetected. Now she had to find the secret passage that led to the jail.
I just need to follow the clues from the photograph. I'm coming for you, Mom.
Ouais, c'est mieux qu'elle reste là au moins. Je serai tranquille.
A guardian of the graveyard cast her stony gaze over the burial ground, watching over the departed, protecting their peaceful slumber.
Why must everything in a graveyard be so creepy?
Of course, this guardian had wings.
Beyond the fallen angel! There are lots of angels here. Which one is the fallen angel?
Les décors sont vraiment super bien foutus.
The Strasberry Mausoleum.
Amongst the fresh flowers was a note. Beloved father, educator, and botanist, your memory will forever blossom in our hearts.
Don't worry, Mr. Strasberry. I won't rest until I found your real killer. Here lie the earliest settlers of Arthurton. They kick-started our great town's growth and prosperity.
The note had read, "Look for the biggest cross."
But none of these graves have crosses.
No matter. Perhaps there were other secrets to find here.
Place libre à louer. Ça c'est drôle. Stéphane Plaza, l'agence de Stéphane Plaza loue ce petit loft. Bizarre. Brandon Lieu a perdu sa dernière vie. Il sera toujours dans notre game over. Dans les nôtres game over. Ah, lui, c'était un gamer, lui. Piégé dans sa poursuite de l'inéluctable. Tout ce qui monte finit par redescendre. Rocco en petit chien. Disco, enterré très loin sous terre, où résident les groupes les plus profonds. Kendrick et Donna, heureux comme des hippopotames jusqu'à la fin. D'accord. Jérôme Brown, seul son surnom était Flasque. Ok. Ici repose Ayla, n'hésitez pas à dire bonjour. Quand Wyatt, le plan ne se déroule jamais comme prévu. D'accord. Ah non mais le place libre à louer, j'avoue ça c'était pas mal.
That sword looks like it might move. How am I gonna get up there?
Ok.
Something's pushing against the stone. It looks like it could collapse at any minute.
Alors ça a l'air d'être une énigme, je vais aller voir après. C'est l'épée.
Hey, Dad. I can't stay long. Mom's in trouble, and, well...
Jenny tried to be brave, but the past few days had taken their toll on our hero, and finally, it all poured out.
Everything's falling apart. I wanted a real mystery to solve, but... I didn't think it would be like this. Dean Stroudsbury's dead. Everyone in town thinks Mom killed him, and Keith won't talk to me. I don't know who to trust. And now someone is trying to kill Mom, too. I have to save her, but I'm not sure I can. Why did you have to go and die on us? It was a really crappy move. I wish you were here.
Oh. Price F. Ouais, non, les décors, ils sont vraiment bien pensés dans ce jeu. Alors, je sais pas trop à quoi ça sert de placer les épées pour le moment, je vais pas trop m'amuser avec.
Four discs of solid granite with something carved into the face.
It's all scrambled up. I'll just straighten them out.
But try as she might, the discs wouldn't move.
Ah. Ok. Alors peut-être qu'il faut retirer... Alors, est-ce qu'il faut retirer ou est-ce qu'il faut enfoncer toutes les épées? Je vais essayer de toutes les enfoncer. Là ça en fait une. Là ça en fait 3, on va aller voir la quatrième. On t'imagine. En même temps il n'y a pas d'ordre précis. Alors la quatrième... Ah non, la quatrième elle est là, mais elle a pas d'épée. Ah, elle peut s'épuiser, je n'avais jamais remarqué. Bon, du coup, il faut... Non, bah non, parce qu'elles étaient déjà toutes relevées, les épées. Ça a rien fait. Ah, attends, je vais aller voir en haut. Ah mais non, la quatrième elle est là. Alors celle-là elle est rentrée aussi. Donc je pense qu'il fallait... Là je vais toutes les lever. Ouais, c'est pour ça que l'animation ramait en fait. C'est bizarre, elle est plus lentement, c'est parce qu'elle était fatiguée. Mais ça c'est sympa comme détail. Ah non, elles sont... Bon, ça n'a pas l'air d'avoir fait quelque chose. Je vais aller voir l'énigme.
Five stone swords adorned the strange entryway. Jenny tried to move one.
Wow, they're all stuck tight. I can't move any of them by hand.
Ah, il y a 5 épées. Ouais, mais la première épée, là, celle qui est tout à gauche, on peut pas la... Ouais, la première, là, on peut pas la bouger. Alors, il y a 2 niveaux en même temps. Ah, attends, on va essayer le niveau au milieu. Parce qu'elle lève la main, mais pas peut-être pas aussi haut, en fait. Bon, c'est pas des énigmes très compliquées, donc c'est juste... Je pense qu'il faut peut-être mettre au même niveau les 4 épées comme la première. De toute façon, si c'est pas ça, après je vois pas trop ce que ça peut être. Globalement, ça reste un jeu assez accessible. Hein. Ah merde. C'est pas comme les jeux Sherlock Holmes où des fois les énigmes c'est tordu. Bon, ça n'a pas l'air d'avoir fait grand chose. Je vais aller voir l'énigme. Enfin, la porte.
Here lie the earliest. They kickstarted our great town's growth. Here lie the earliest. They kickstarted our great town's growth and prosperity.
Non. Ah, attends, je vais aller voir la première statue. Ouais, elle a bien le bras au milieu en fait. Non, y a rien. Alors, attends, si je backtrack, je vais peut-être louper quelque chose. Peut-être parler à Suzy. Non. Pourtant, je les ai bien toutes mis au même niveau. Alors, à moins que certaines... Attends, la main doit être bien droite. Enfin, le bras doit être bien droit. Peut-être que pour certaines, il faut enfoncer plus ou moins l'épée, ou je sais pas. Ouais, non, c'est à moitié. Ouais, c'est bien la moitié. Parce que sinon, après, soit c'est trop haut, soit c'est trop bas. Il y a peut-être un indice sur les tombes, mais ça m'étonnerait. Alors. Camp Wyatt. Ici repose Aïda. Jérôme Brown. Son surnom était Flasque. Kenrick et Donna, heureux comme des hippopotames jusqu'à la fin. Disco est enterré très loin sous terre. Rocco, le chien. Daniel. Non. Alors je fais des ronds comme ça, si le losange se met en vert, ça veut dire qu'il y a un truc. Mais il n'a pas l'air. Non. Ok. Est-ce qu'il y a un truc sur la porte de... Ah, putain, j'avais pas regardé. Imbécile. Ah, j'avais pas regardé en haut. Alors... la première, de toute façon, je ne peux pas... Ok. Il faut que je regarde par rapport aux ailes, je suppose. Ok, d'accord. Alors, celle-là n'a pas du tout... Alors, celle qui n'a aucune aile. Et celle-là, elle a l'aile de gauche. Bah, pas si simple, hein, parce qu'il fallait savoir qu'il fallait lever le regard. Alors, celle qui n'a pas d'aile met son doigt en bas. Et celle qui allait à gauche aussi. Ensuite, donc j'ai dit celle qui avait pas d'aile, celle qui avait une à gauche. Celle qui a 2 ailes, met le doigt au milieu. Ok, donc doigt au milieu pour celle qui a 2 ailes. Et doigt en l'air pour celle qui a une aile à droite. Elles font de la tectonique. Moi ça me fait plutôt penser à je mets le doigt devant, je mets le doigt derrière, je fais le boogie woogie. La chanson de vieux. Ok, donc celle-là. Voilà, c'était ça. Ah, grand classique. Bon, alors maintenant il va falloir tourner les épées, ça va être encore plus chiant. Non. Il y a 1, 2, 3, 4... ok. Ils aiment bien cette énigme, hein. C'est au moins la 4e de ce genre que je trouve. Alors, le premier fait bouger tout sauf le 3e. Et le 3e fait bouger seul. Ok. Le 2e bouge tout seul. Oh.
Got it.
Oh.
Some days you just feel super smart.
Ah bah alors là, oh ce speedrun, monsieur dame.
Jenny studied the stone discs.
J'ai fait ça au
now
pif.
perfectly aligned.
It's the face of a badger. That's unusual.
Ça c'est de la porte.
Something tells me this isn't a tomb.
If the huge coiling wires hadn't made it clear, the hulking metallic shell certainly did.
Ah oui, donc on est rentré dans un truc comme ça en allant à notre maison.
This isn't a tunnel. It's the entrance to another laboratory, just like the one in the forest. How many of these are there?
The presence of such unusual and foreign objects in Arthurton begged even bigger questions.
Who put them here, and for what purpose?
It seemed to Jenny as if the graveyard itself had been built around the sphere. A perfect hiding place. If something this conspicuous could be so easily concealed.
What else is Arthurton hiding? Well, at least we know it's working.
As a dozen intricate machines whirred to life, Jenny noticed a remarkable resemblance she had overlooked before.
Some of this equipment looks like the stuff in Susie's lab. Can't believe I missed it before. That girl owes me some answers. Another radio. Maybe these are used to communicate between laboratories.
It was a hunch, but if it were true...
Whoever's transmitting the message could be in another sphere somewhere in town.
Alors, j'avais déjà fait un tout à l'heure.
It's the same voice as before.
This code was different from the last.
Just as strange, though.
Jenny carefully transcribed the words into her journal.
Let's see what the hawk and the weasel have to say about this.
Alors. Oui, bah j'aimerais bien interagir avec. Ah, d'accord. Lapin 24. 20, 21... Ah non, lapin 60. Ok, je ne sais pas lire. Alors, only. Et lapin 17. Near. Alors après ils disent ours 39. Est-ce que c'est dans le même 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Ouais, ok, c'est les mêmes. Et ours 34 is... Ensuite, le faucon et la belette. Belette, alors 41 et 56. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 et 56, 59. Là. Le loup et le mouton. Un mouton. La pub de Jean-Claude Van Damme pour World of Warcraft. Alors, 24, 40, 26, 66. Soon. Et 66 Forever. Et donc la dernière, loi 21. Herself.
Purge infected, soon only death. Forever silenced, despair herself is near.
This message, as sinister as the last, sent Jenny's analytical mind into overdrive.
Is the man in black sending these messages?
Purge infected, forever silenced.
Could that have something to do with Dean Strasberry? It can't be a coincidence that I found a copy of the same book by the Dean's corpse. But how are they connected?
Soon only death. Despair herself is near.
And now they're coming for my mom. What does she know that they're willing to kill her for?
This contraption was new to Jenny, but something about it caught her eye. A large metallic slab with a distinctive indentation carved into its surface.
That shape. Where have I seen it before? The Dean's ring!
Ah oui. Alors c'était comment? Comme ça? Non.
It fits.
In fact, it fit perfectly into the slot, as though it were made for it.
Attends, je regarde les bords, il y a peut-être un autocollant. Non.
Doesn't seem to be working. Probably just a loose connection somewhere. Could be an antenna, or maybe a power coil. But where does it get its power?
A piece of rare Arthurtonian quartz, expertly carved and shaped with meticulous precision.
It looks like the arm rotates around this hinge. Ugh, I can't budge it. It's too heavy.
Ah, encore un de ces trucs.
Jenny knew that the best way to fix anything electronic was...
To mess around with it until all the lights come on.
Ok, alors, on va commencer par celui-là. Alors là, le bleu et le cyan. Enfin, le vert, je sais pas trop ce que c'est. Du coup, on va reprendre avec le bleu. Là. Là, ça allume celui-là. Ok, ça m'a l'air pas mal. Là, il me faudrait les deux rouges.
If being a great detective didn't work out, Jenny had a promising career in machine repair to fall back on.
I could have lost an eye.
The machine's true application would remain a mystery, for now. But whatever its purpose, the implications were overwhelming.
Dean Stroudsbury is somehow connected to this place.
Had the Dean been aware of the secret hiding within his ring?
Whether he knew or not, it's likely he was killed because of it.
Bon, ça n'a pas avancé à grand chose, on a juste bousillé un morceau de quartz.
Hidden amongst a web of cables, the average eye would have missed it. But Jenny LeClue was a great detective.
There's a book pinned beneath that cable.
Confidential. The word was music to Jenny's ears.
Alors, entrée, B, rappel, acheter de nouveaux cibles. Enfin, aujourd'hui marque le premier jour du projet Excelsior, rendu possible par mon merveilleux bienfaiteur.
Zazer.
Jenny recognized the name, but couldn't put her finger on where she'd heard it before.
So this lab is his invention. He called it a Zazer sphere. Well, at least I've got a name.
Travailler dans mon propre laboratoire est exactement comme je l'espérais. Parfaitement dissimulé, c'est une véritable œuvre d'art. J'ai appelé la sphère de Zazer. Nigel trouve ça trop prétentieux de lui donner mon nom. Mais il serait bien incapable de concevoir une structure géodésique à même de supporter des forces extérieures aussi extrêmes.
These machines were built to study and harness the power of Arthurton's greatest resource. They were experimenting on the town itself.
Bref, quel que soit le nom, nous allons enfin pouvoir étudier et récolter toute la puissance de la grande ressource d'Arthurton. Qui est le Conseil des Trois.
The Council of Three. Never heard of them. Sounds like he didn't know who they were either. But they paid for all of this?
Nigel n'arrête pas d'écorcher mon nom, je suis sûr qu'il le fait exprès, ça se prononce professeur Zazer. Comme un laser avec un Z, c'est compliqué que ça. Ok. Ah. Entrée numéro 103. Ça explique certains habitants, ouais. Ça explique Suzy. Alors, une autre sphère entièrement opérationnelle. Le projet ne cesse de se développer. À chaque nouvelle expérience, nous découvrons une nouvelle propriété à examiner. Chaque résultat abonde dans le sens de mes théories. Cette brille a vraiment quelque chose de spécial. Ceci dit, je passe finalement la plupart de mon temps à aller et venir d'un laboratoire à l'autre. L'érection me fatigue, je veux me salir les mains. Expérience 104, nouvelle idée de laboratoire. Je plante sur de nouveaux designs pour un complexe plus récent, plus ambitieux, beaucoup plus grand.
He designed a bigger sphere. Bigger than this? Did he ever build it? And if he did, where?
Si mes calculs sont bons, il devrait pouvoir offrir une production jusqu'à 1200% supérieure. Ce genre de résultat nous ouvrirait tout un monde de possibilités. Rappel, redemander à Monsieur Gris un rendez-vous en tête-à-tête avec la direction. Est-ce qu'il m'évite? J'ai beau poser la question, personne ne les a jamais rencontrés. Qui sont-ils? Je commence à me demander s'ils existent vraiment. Entrée numéro 288. Oh, le morpion. Ah, personne ne gagne. Quel terrible revers. J'ai repéré trop tard une anomalie pendant l'expérience du blaireau.
There was a badger on the door to get into this lab. So this must be the experiment he was talking about.
Évidemment, Monsieur Gris et Monsieur Bleu sont arrivés juste à temps pour être témoins de l'explosion. Il y avait du plasma partout. Toutes les unités sont fichues. Monsieur Bleu a failli perdre un œil. Les briefings de vendredi pourraient m'être tendus. Nous allons prendre des jours, semaines entières de retard. Des jours, semaines. Entrée 289. Les jours se suivent et se ressemblent. Chaque expérience nous rapproche de ce qui paraissait impossible encore hier. Mais nous rencontrons de plus en plus d'incidents étranges au laboratoire. Qui n'arrêtent pas de me piquer mes stylos. Entrée numéro 297. Encore des imprévus, encore des interruptions inopportunes. Fatigue plus travail bâclé égale conditions dangereuses.
Exhaustion, rushed schedule, dangerous conditions.
The parallels with her father's own working conditions were distressingly clear.
Pocahontas a insisté pour effectuer les nouveaux tests ce week-end. Ce n'est pas prêt, point barre. Nous devons améliorer les protocoles de sécurité et nous montrer plus vigilants pour éviter d'autres contaminations ou accidents. Je commence à croire que nos bienfaiteurs ne cherchent peut-être pas tant que ça à faire le bien. Ils m'ont encore suivi jusqu'à chez moi la nuit dernière. Conseil des trois, connaissance, ignorance, corruption. Je regarde s'il n'y a pas d'autocollant. Non, il n'y en a pas. Alors, entrée numéro 342. J'ai dormi au laboratoire. Personne ne m'attend à la maison. Qu'est-ce que je fais ici? Qu'est-ce que j'essaie d'accomplir? Je dois croire que nos sacrifices personnels en valent la peine. Ils serviront au bien commun. Entrée numéro 385, c'est trop tard. J'étais si naïf.
All dead. All my fault.
The words echoed across the metal walls, ghosts of a past tragedy.
What did he do? It must have been terrible.
Entrée numéro 621. Quel drôle de sentiment, un mélange de douceur et d'amertume. Après 7 ans, nous obtenons enfin des résultats stables et reproductibles. Mais à quel prix? Le rapport de production est incroyable, mais nous ne sommes encore qu'au premier pas. Entre de bonnes mains, tout ce potentiel pourrait changer le monde.
This entry is from much later. There are lots of pages missing. It seems that whatever happened before, he carried on his work long after.
As is the case in all tangled mysteries, every new piece of evidence raised more questions than it answered.
Attends, je vais juste lire le dernier paragraphe. Le nouveau laboratoire est presque opérationnel, mais je doute que nous le soyons. Ils sont allés trop loin comme toujours, mais une production à efficacité intégrale prendra des années. Il nous reste peut-être encore suffisamment de temps pour nous racheter. La sécurité est notre priorité. L'être humain et le progrès.
But she now knew the purpose of this Caesar sphere and the name of the people who had built it.
The Council of Three.
It wasn't much to go on, but it was a start.
What's this? Another blank scrap of paper.
Ah, donc le mec en noir, ça doit être lui. Alors c'est peut-être lui, Zazer.
Please enter authorization code to begin.
1028.
Code accepted. System authorized and armed for activation. Preparing to run experiment 12, cycle 78. Sphere hermetically sealed. Magnetic transducer coils charging. Accumulating voltaic cells. Commencing experiment 12-91. Radioactive safety margins cleared. Procedure 12 completed successfully. Decompressing spherical chamber. Remember, a healthy employee is an effective employee. Please leave the station for your mandatory 15-minute smoking break.
C'est important ça, les 15 minutes de pause de cigarette obligatoire. Et tout ça pour faire descendre une échelle. Hein.
I wonder what it did. At least I wasn't covered in plasma.
Oh non, merde. Bon, au moins l'échelle est descendue, hein. C'est déjà ça.
Jenny, did you find the entrance?
Not yet.
Jenny was hesitant to share her discovery, but Susie might have vital information.
Where did you really get the parts to build your machines?
I told you, there's a warehouse full of them at my father's factory.
And that's the only place you've seen equipment like that?
Well, yeah. Where else would I have seen it?
J'ai envie de lui faire confiance.
Did the Glatz Corporation ever build underground labs?
No, I don't think so. Why would they?
To hide them?
From who?
Good question. I have to go. Keep out of sight and let me know if you see anyone.
I will. Good luck, Jenny.
Oh, ça se trouve, c'est pas une vraie enfant. C'est un robot. Freezer et Zazer, ouais. Oh, puis Freezer a du charisme. Ah. Là. Zazer, si c'est le mec en noir, c'est juste un gars avec une grosse veste. J'en suis où dans la carte postale là, vite fait? PDG. En ce moment je suis PDG. Choisissitude. Ah c'est marrant, il me manque 2 choix là. Là il m'en manque un. Oui. 5 sur 7, ok.
Beyond the fallen angel. This is it. The entrance must be through here.
Another coded message in another hidden laboratory. A secret tunnel under
charisme
the
du
graveyard.
Freezer.
How long had these things been in Arthurton? Who was responsible for them? And how was all this connected to the Dean's murder?
Là, ça fait un peu plus ambiance de cimetière.
Past the wooden gates. This must be it. Now all I have to do is find the biggest cross. Oh, come on. There's a million crosses in there.
Jenny, where are you? It's getting really creepy out here.
I'm in the old part of the graveyard.
Oh no.
Every kid in Arthurton knew the graveyard was haunted. The ghosts of early settlers walked among the tombstones late at night, waiting to avenge their tragic deaths in the mines.
A few months ago, Peggy and Veronica went up there after curfew with some boys. And they were attacked by a ghost!
They were probably hallucinating from all the hairspray.
They swore to me, Jenny. They wouldn't lie.
I don't believe in ghosts. And the tall tales of a bunch of arrowheads won't change my mind.
Even so, Jenny's skin crawled with goosebumps. It might have been her imagination, but the night suddenly seemed a lot darker.
Maybe I'll use Mom's flashlight. You know, just in case.
On prétend que la nuit, un zombie avec une veste rouge fait une chorégraphie bien bizarre. Et tout ce qu'on entend, c'est un petit hi hi.
Not now. It's dead.
Unable to see more than a few inches ahead, our trembling adventurer had no choice but to edge forward, very slowly.
Oh, great. There's a light over here. What is that? It's coming from the open grave. Wait.
Eh ben. Apparemment, ils ont eu peur.
You're not a ghost.
Oh, you scared the life out of me.
You're scared. You're the one wielding a
Merci
shovel
pour les
like
oreilles. Ah, de rien, ça fait plaisir.
Oh my, you're right. I'm sorry. This place is terrifying at night, and here I am waving old Mabel around like a madman.
Par contre, j'espère que c'est un fossoyeur et pas un pilleur de tombe.
What are you doing out here after curfew?
I don't know if I can trust this guy. I was here visiting my dad. I guess the time got away from me.
You're the LeClue girl, aren't you?
Well,
Your poor old man. What a horrible way to die.
yeah, I don't really like to talk about it.
Blown into 1,000 pieces. What a way to go. No chance to say goodbye.
Oui, c'est bon.
Boom! Gone! Just like that. An absolute tragedy.
Tous les organes éparpillés. On n'a jamais pu le reconstituer.
And the pain! Can you imagine? Nothing left of him. Hardly seemed worth digging the hole.
Oh, putain, mec. Je suis une gamine, j'avais quoi, 10-11 ans, merde.
Well, you're digging a big hole right now.
Yes, ma'am. Regulation size 6 feet, not an inch less. The name's Matt. The second T is silent.
Ouais, logique.
Sure sounds like an interesting job, Matt.
En même temps, salut Matt.
Would you mind if I asked you a few questions about it?
Of course. I'm just happy for the company.
Après, tout mon respect pour ceux qui travaillent avec les morts, hein, que ce soit fossoyeur, croque-mort et compagnie, hein, parce que alors, faut avoir un sacré moral. Hein.
Harmless enough. I just need to be sure he's not working for the man in black.
Ouais, il a l'air sympa, mais bon. Faut se méfier des gens sympas. Du sang, non, c'est de la terre. Hein.
Is that blood?
Blood? Where?
It's all over your clothes and your shovel.
Oh, that! That's good old Arthurtonian red clay. Impossible to wash out. One of the hazards of the job.
Why are you digging a grave in the middle of the night?
Well, they have to go somewhere. The bones.
The what?
It's the problem with building a graveyard on top of an old mine. Ground's always shifting. Before you know it, bones are sticking out all over the place. We have to rebury them. It's bad for business.
That's terrible.
Could be worse. Could be dead, like all of these poor souls. Ms. Smith over there, bitten by a badger. Wouldn't want to go that way. Right there is Mr. McCarthy. Set himself on fire baking biscuits. And there's your dad, of course. Your poor dead dad. Dead.
Are you finished?
Oh, sorry. There I go again, talking about the dead.
He knows everything about this place.
Ok. Mensonge. Il ne s'appelle pas Matt.
You told me your name was Matt.
It is, isn't it?
Well then, who is Owen? And why are you wearing his shirt?
Oh, darn it, it's fallen off again. Owen was the old groundskeeper. He died digging a grave. Turned out to be his own. Budget cuts.
You're wearing a dead man's shirt.
Seemed ashamed to waste it. He didn't need it anymore.
Lui, c'est le voisin gentil, mais hyper chelou, en fait. Genre, quand t'es petit, ta mère, elle dit « Non, non, mais t'approches pas de lui. Il a l'air très gentil, et il est très gentil, mais il est tellement chelou que t'as pas trop envie de traîner avec lui. »
Have you seen anyone suspicious lurking around tonight?
Oh, well, there was this one girl.
A girl?
She scared the life out of me. Really made me jump. Oh, wait, no. That was you, wasn't it? You'll have to forgive me. My memory isn't what it used to be.
Why do you have a flower in your pocket?
I always keep one in there in case of a... People like to leave them by the graves as a tribute. You should take it. For your dad.
Non, c'est gentil, ça.
Thank you.
Tu vois, il est chelou, mais il est gentil. Tu lui confies pas tes gosses, mais il est gentil quand même.
Sure are a lot of people buried here.
Well, if they keep dying, we'll keep burying them.
Do you know which of these graves has the biggest cross on it?
Now there's one I've never heard before. Biggest cross. No, can't say I do. They've all got about the same sized cross, I'd say.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you have any idea how I could find it?
You know, you might want to look at that statue up there. It has a list of all the famous miners buried here. It might help you find what you're looking for.
Famous miners. Interesting.
Non, rien. Il me reste un truc à trouver. Ah, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
What's that stuck to your boot?
Oh, dunno. Could have come from anywhere.
Beyond the fallen angel.
What now?
Under the crumbling arches.
You lost me.
The entrance is buried there. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh, is this a poem? I love poems. Do you want to hear one of mine?
No, I'm good, thanks. I think it's safe to say he doesn't know anything about the man in black. Well, thanks, Matt. It's been good to chat. But, you won't tell anyone you saw me here after curfew, will you? My granddad wouldn't be very happy with me.
Saw who? I didn't see anyone.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a statue to investigate.
Oh, no, you can't go up there now. It's far too dangerous.
I'll be fine, thanks.
Absolutely not. If you slipped and fell, I couldn't have that on my conscience.
Bah, t'es en train de creuser un trou, ce sera parfait pour ma tombe.
Come back tomorrow during the day. I'll give you a guided tour.
Damn, I'll have to find another way to get up there.
Ah merde.
Much like those buried in the graveyard, this tree had died a long time ago.
Be careful, Mr. Crow. It looks like it could fall over at any moment.
Interesting.
Mariez-vous les piafs.
Another case cracked.
Ah oui, en effet, c'était vraiment un très très vieil arbre.
Mr. McCarthy? How did you get down here? Must have been the wind.
That was close. Hopefully this statue can help me find the biggest cross.
En l'honneur des courageux mineurs enterrés ici et qui ont donné leur vie pour qu'Arthurton puisse prospérer. En mémoire, croix, tailleur de tunnels de pierre, d'une force et d'une envergure inégalée. Rouille aussi vive de pioche que d'esprit.
Cross, carvers of tunnel rock, unmatched in strength and size.
Ah ouais, non, l'ambiance c'est vraiment cool ce jeu. C'est vraiment bien foutu, l'ambiance elle est là.
Strength and size? Look for the biggest cross. They didn't mean a cross on a grave. They meant a cross in a grave.
Jenny had heard the tragic tale of a catastrophic cave-in that closed the mines under Arthurton.
Everyone blamed the miners for ignoring safety procedures.
Most were crushed instantly by the falling rocks. Others had not been so fortunate. Trapped with no water, no food, no light, they were condemned to a slow and painful death.
Chilton, la lumière qu'il portait s'éteindra jamais. Breuil, ils ont rempli les ventres vides des meilleurs gruaux. En mémoire, Fézier, maître du métal, Flore, ils ont ouvert la voie du progrès.
The Cross family must be buried in the graveyard below. I've got to work out who was the biggest. Find the grave, find the secret passage to the jail, save Mom. Boy, I really hope I don't have to dig them up and measure them.
Alors attends, c'est par là la suite ou c'était à droite?
Karina Cross.
Ok, alors attends, avant de faire la tombe... Ok, là je peux pas passer. Là c'est peut-être ça pour après.
Bingo. Hello, Franz Cross. I was taller than Ivan.
Ah ouais d'accord, je vois le délire. Alors attends. Je vais me chercher un bout de papier. Parce que alors ces trucs là tu t'y perds vite. Parce que s'ils sont beaucoup... Alors, France est plus grand que Yvon. France plus Yvon. Voilà.
What an odd epitaph.
Ah puis j'ai une nouvelle carte. Il ne restera plus qu'une affaire. Alors.
I was taller than Franz.
Ok, donc Karina plus que France. Donc Yvan, ça dégage. France, ça dégage aussi. Pour l'instant, c'est Karina.
Seems the Cross family had quite the rivalry. I know I make it look easy, but I'm hanging on for dear life here. one? Casper Cross. What have you got to say for yourself?
Casper.
I was taller than Helga.
Alors, Casper plus que Helga.
No cross buried here. The search continues.
Ah, là il y a Helga.
Here's one. Helga Cross. I was taller than Karina.
Alors, Helga plus que Karina. Donc Karina, ça dégage. Et Helga du coup pareil, parce que Casper était plus grand. Donc pour le moment on cherche Casper ou quelqu'un de plus grand.
There can't be many more crosses to find. Where haven't I looked yet? I see a Cooper, Chapman, and Cole, but no cross.
Là c'était France, et là il n'y a plus personne. Ok, bon, il y avait une échelle. Tu dégages, t'es trop transparent. Oh, ça fait mais tellement longtemps que j'ai pas vu le film Casper.
I really hope my next adventure relies less on the structural integrity of old plant roots. I'm going cross-eyed looking for crosses, but there aren't any here.
Eh bien. En tout cas, pour celui qui veut mettre des des fleurs sur les tombes, il doit s'accrocher. Hein. Le jour de la Toussaint, je t'explique pas. Yvan.
Here's another one. Ivan Cross. How tall were you?
Alors lui...
Casper is a little liar. Ivan wasn't pulling any punches.
After an exhaustive search of the graveyard, Jenny had found all of the graves marked cross.
Now I just need to work out who was the tallest. Who was the tallest cross?
Casper est un menteur. Alors du coup, c'est Helga. Ouais, c'est elle.
If Casper was lying,
Putain, j'ai
then
bien fait de
Helga must be
noter.
the
Hein.
tallest.
Voyant Casper gamin, j'étais tombé moi de Christine Ricci. Ah, c'est pas elle aussi qui fait plus tard Mercredi de la famille Adams. Il me semble que c'est elle.
Which means Helga's grave is hiding the secret passageway to the jail.
Trop fort. Ah, j'ai bien fait de noter. Hein. contre, du coup, va falloir tout remonter. Enfin, pas tout, mais une bonne... Ah, ils sont sortis avant, ok. Ouais, c'était bien, Ellie.
Jenny saw nothing particularly unique about this grave. Like all the others, the slab was weathered, chipped, and covered in moss.
There's another epitaph carved into the base. Here lies she, 7'3", stung by a bee.
Oh tiens. Hop, petit autocollant. Piquée par une... Elle est morte d'une piqûre par une abeille. Putain.
A small stone pot sat in front of the headstone. A fine layer of soil lined the inside.
It's a vase for a flower.
A wonderful revelation struck Jenny as the final piece of the puzzle fell into place.
Don't forget to pay your respects. I need to place a flower here.
Jenny pulled the gravedigger's daisy from her pocket.
I knew this would come in handy.
Oh putain. Spooky ce truc. Suite à des activités sismiques, l'entrée 4 a été temporairement déplacée. Merci pour votre patience pendant que nous améliorons notre infrastructure. S'il vous plaît, faites attention en traversant la direction.
It says the entrance was relocated, but it doesn't say where. Well, that looks safe. Why does everything have to be so convoluted? Mom will have died of old age by the time I reach her.
Ah ouais, carrément en funambule.
Hello? You said if anything strange happened, I should call you. Well, something strange just happened.
Ah là 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 là. Ma tute nous a trahis. Salaud. Et bah du coup, on va continuer demain après-midi. C'est un bon moment pour s'arrêter. Franchement, on avance bien dans l'histoire. Les énigmes sont cool et tout. L'ambiance, elle est là. Donc je sais pas si le jeu il est long. Donc peut-être que je le finirai demain. On s'y attendait pas du tout. Oh là là. Mais on verra bien si je finis le jeu demain. Mais en tout cas, j'ai hâte. Parce que franchement, le jeu est vraiment, vraiment bien foutu. Du coup, on va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Je vous souhaite une bonne soirée. Je vous fais des bisous. Et puis demain, vers 3h, 3h30. Pour la suite. Déjà 2 streams et demi minimum, c'est déjà bien. Ouais, non, c'est... Il y a une bonne durée de vie, je crois que sur How Long to Beat, il disait, si tu fais que l'histoire principale, c'est genre une dizaine d'heures. Et si tu le fais à 100%, c'est 12 heures, 12-13 heures. Donc ça va encore. Un petit jeu cool, vraiment très cool. Allez, à plus.